Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. My guest is a comic that I'm a new big fan of, Adrienne Iapalucci. Now, you have anything you're plugging in particular here?
No.
No? Okay. I see your management's the guys from The Stand. That's a great club. You play there a lot?
They give me like 1 or 2 bookings a month.
Oh, come on, guys.
No, they do. They give me more.
That's a great club. I've been there a couple times. It's a fun time. So now, how's stuff with your mother now? Like, your mother watches Letterman and stuff. Do you feel jealousy from her?
So me and my mother did a show. We're actually not really talking right now. I'll tell you.
What the hell happened?
Okay. So we do a black room, which I am fine with doing. I don't care. I'll perform anywhere. My mother gets herself booked on this show.
Right.
The guy books us as the mother-daughter comedy on like the thing, and she brings like
In a black room.
yeah in the
room?
Bronx. That's how she got herself booked on it because she knew the bouncer. So like in 9 comics in, she brings 20 of her like old white lady friends to the show. So
Sounds like the makings of an orgy.
I'd say like 8, 9 comics in, they start chanting, "We want Debbie," while there's another comic on stage.
No.
That's fun. I've been on both ends of that. I've been on both ends of that.
It's fun for everyone but me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because they were like, "Oh, it's past 9 o'clock. I need to go home and drive out of the Bronx because we are white people that have money and moved out."
And that audience is thrilled with knowing that.
Oh my God.
So
I said to the booker, I was like, "Hey, you can book us both, just never together." Yeah. So he stopped booking her, and she got mad at me.
So this caused a riff.
That's one of our many riffs.
How
yes.
long has this been going on?
I mean, my birthday was in February, so she like texts me and stuff, but we probably haven't talked for like 2-3 months.
So how does she text you on your birthday? Just like, oh, by the way, I know you ruined my life, but
or she emailed me.
Oh yeah, that's fun. That's very personal.
And she's going through. So she remarried after my dad died, so she has a different last name.
Okay.
She's going through a divorce. He wants the name back.
Oh my God.
She wants to go back to Iapalucci.
Right. That's a great name.
Not for me.
Not for you.
I'm
Not
like,
for you.
You better go back 2 husbands ago and not. I don't want you having.
Would you consider changing your name for show business? You don't want to do that.
No.
No. Yeah, that's a great name. I love saying that name. But well, I'm sorry. I hope it. Is this something that upsets you? Like, I mean, you don't seem like you seem nonchalant about it now, but. Are you upset about this?
I mean, I've been dealing with this for 10 years.
Right.
I mean, she doesn't understand why it bothers me.
Yeah.
And the thing, too, is my mother is... Okay, so I guess what's more annoying is meeting comics who meet me like this.
Right.
And meet her where she's like, "Hey, you look so nice today." And they're like, "Your mom is so nice."
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, she's not fully representing herself correct.
No, I know, the phony thing comes out. Absolutely.
I'm like, this is me, but that is not 100% her.
See, my mother's the direct opposite, and I gotta give her props for this. My mother is a very opinionated, sometimes difficult woman who, if it wasn't for her, I'd have been dead a long time ago. She's my angel. I love her. But that being said, she's the direct opposite. She will be honest, like people will go, "I just met your mom." Like, God, that was startling.
That's hilarious.
I didn't think my jacket was that ugly.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So it's like we'll have the same opinion of her, which is great.
My sister's like that. Somebody came to like Thanksgiving dinner and they're like, "I can't believe after meeting you and your sister, I think you're the nicer one." My sister's like, totally.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, I come from an Italian family. It's good to have strong Italian women around you. The only reason I'm still, my sister's an amazing, strong person. And I'm just a disheveled mess. I still am. I mean, if it wasn't for comedy, I mean, I would look like this and I wouldn't be in comedy. I'm like, it's...
What do you think you would be doing?
3 to 5. I didn't go to college. I have not one college credit. I'm not particularly talented at anything else. I'd probably be doing what I did before I started driving a cab to get into show business, and I was a longshoreman at the port in Newark. I was making $60,000 a year doing that, loading trucks. And quite frankly, when I left there, the people could not believe. They wanted to strangle me, because it's not the kind of job you find in the paper. Like I had to know guys to get the job. And I said, after 2 years there. I saved up some money, and I said to the guy, it was a scary guy. I said, I'm going to be a comedian. I want to leave the show. He said, what? What do you want to do? I don't understand what you're talking about. He didn't understand. He goes, you want to be a comedian? I don't even understand what you're talking about. He goes, you mean like James Caan?
That's funny.
And I said, I guess if I was lucky, maybe like him. He goes, listen, I don't know what to tell you. You really want to leave this job? I mean, you don't have a lot going for you. Like, he was brutally honest. And yeah, I guess I'd still be doing that. What do you think you would have evolved into after the South Bronx job?
I mean, I had more jobs after that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I worked in. What did I do after that? I worked in like some medical office. Then I worked in a collection office. And
do you deal with people in these jobs? Do you consider yourself a people person?
No. Like, people I like, but like people that I hate.
You can't hide it.
I'm awful too.
You can't hide it, yeah. I respect that too, because nothing worse than, that's what you get. Have you spent time in Los Angeles?
I did, and I cried in a supermarket because I was miserable there.
No, and how long were you out there for?
It was like 10 days.
Yeah, no, I lived there for 6 years, and the first 2 years I was literally suicidal. And I had a job, matter of fact, that's in my book, I tried to commit suicide. But I was living in the Oakwood Apartments in North Hollywood, and I had a job on a TV show making 10 grand a week, and I wasn't happy. And but what you'll find is the direct opposite in LA of what you're saying. You can't hide when you don't like somebody. In LA, if they hate your guts, they'll say, "How you doing?" You know, with a smile, and it freaks you out because it's all phony.
I think what did it at Ralph's, I pulled into a spot. I wasn't even done parking, and this guy pulled in right behind me. I was like, I'm not even done parking. I can't even back up to finish parking. I just lost it. I mean, again, it's a car culture, and if you get, like, on the road, you know? I have a car, so I've always driven.
Right.
So, like, I'm used to that part, and the traffic, I'm used to that. It's just, yeah, it's so fake there. And
what's frustrating is that guy in the car is Kato Kaelin some of the time. That's L.A. You realize you're arguing with Kato Kaelin. Well, did you do stand-up out there? Did you get a chance to do that?
Yeah, I did some shows out there.
Where'd you play?
The Parlor. Mm-hmm. Flappers.
Flappers? I never even heard of that.
In Burbank.
Okay.
Flappers.
That sounds like a nightmare.
I think that's the real name of it.
Oh, to be the MC, the permanent MC at Flappers. Welcome to Flappers.
Yeah, Flappers in Burbank. I did it one night at the Improv, which was cool.
That's a great club.
Then there was a show, you know, like all those like alternative room shows.
Yeah. Largo, did you do that and stuff?
I didn't do Largo.
You'd be perfect for there.
I don't know. Alt shows I usually don't do that well at.
Really?
Yeah.
Screw them. We got to take another break. When we come back, more with Adrienne Iapalucci after this. You know, you were telling that story about playing the Black Room. So one of my favorite stories was Black Bachelorette Party. Those are the best for stand-up audiences. And I think I told this.
I don't think I've ever done one of those.
Okay, but it was, well, they were just in a club.
Okay.
And the woman has a tiara. She's 230 pounds with a belly shirt and like a tattoo of her dead brother on her neck. And she's getting married. And they got the small, like, penis things and candy and everything. And they're loud and just yelling at me while I'm on stage. Say something funny. And then I said, then they would buy, have a drink. And this is actually true. I think this would shut them up. But she said, if I had a sitcom, after I heard her say this, I would have made her the head writer. I said, I'm AA. And she, you gay. The hardest laugh of the night, it destroyed.
Yeah.
So now, is LA a place you could see yourself ever living? After 10 days?
If I had to.
You cried in a supermarket after 10 days.
I did.
So it could only get better. I mean, actually, no, I took it to a very dark place. But, yeah, I mean, you think you could. Where were you staying, with friends?
I was staying in that downtown LA area where all the homeless people, like, literally, it was like in The Walking Dead, they're just coming after you all the time. It
really is. That's what downtown, and I lived there in the mid-'90s when it was even worse. But I had a loft I lived in with a buddy of mine, and you could play full-court basketball in there. But outside, it was just brutal, you know.
Yeah, the inside of it's like gated community, gorgeous inside, and you're like outside these walls.
Exactly. It's a nightmare. Yeah. But I thought downtown LA got a little gentrified or something.
Gentrified.
Well, you're perfect to start that movement. No. You're perfect to start that. Try having a gambling and coke addiction and you go to Compton at 4 a.m. That's fine.
Oh, God.
I'll give you some of those stories. Talk about playing a bad room. But I think this is working. I think we've clicked here. We got to say goodbye, but I think we've clicked. I'd like to welcome you back on the show and to officially open for me at a couple of gigs.
I'd love it.
Would you like to do that?
Yeah, I said it in the car to them.
Okay.
I was like, is it weird if I ask them if I could open for them? And they're like, no, ask them.
What would you charge for, say, 15 minutes?
$10.
Well, we'll try to get that down and we'll work it out. All right, good. Well, listen, I just want to give it 2 months of me watching your set, and then I'll tell you.
Yeah.
That is really well. Good for you. I mean, honestly, you should be proud of that achievement. That you went through all that with the network people, and you went and killed.
I was proud of it.
Yeah.
But then when you're done, you're like, all right, what am I going to do now?
Was it hard to get to sleep that night? Was it hard?
The night before?
You had adrenaline. Well, both. I mean, the adrenaline from doing it.
I mean, I had 2 weeks to like get ready for it, so like those whole 2 weeks were just like so much anxiety.
Yeah.
But
Did you give your boyfriend like crazy sex that night?
why? He did nothing.
Well, I thought maybe you'd enjoy it.
No. Why would I enjoy sex?
I wish I was a stranger to that look you just made. Daryl Hammond, thank you so much. Ralph Rockham Randolph. I like when a hot chick is staring at me. It's usually like this. And Adrienne Iapalucci, you're great. Come back
Thank you
anytime.
so
all right.
much. I'd love
the
to.
Artie Lange Show. Have a good weekend, guys. I'll be at Caroline's tomorrow. Check me out. Bye.
The Artie Lange Show, weeknights on Audience, only on DirecTV.